outside of the just, I suppose, having a tool to showcase themselves, it's also the skills that they develop on the journey. So they might have started off by maybe having low levels of IT skills, but even the process of developing an ePortfolio can be a very good way of developing your IT competence as well. And if you get the support structure, and equally I mentioned earlier about self-reflection, that is a skill you developed as you go through it as well. But even skills like time management, taking time out to do your portfolio, project management, communication skills, like even the whole area of communications. If you're doing a huge amount of videoing, or if you're even doing blogs, that's a form of communication. Or if you're connecting with people, you're communicating as well. So there's a huge amount of soft skills that are developed as a result of going through the process. And again, they're probably things that need to be, and I would kind of tell them at the start, this isn't just about the end product, it's also about your own personal development as well. There's probably two challenges we have with using ePortfolios. The first one is that digital literacy piece, because I suppose we are dealing primarily with Generation X in terms of the workforce, so they're not necessarily au fait with a lot of the social networking tools that are out there. So there is, I suppose, that particularly with some of the job seekers that I've been working with, there would have been, I suppose, age profile of maybe 40 plus, and I found that trying to get them to, particularly to develop digital content that's not kind of, I suppose, heavily text-based, so stuff like video-based content and uploading videos, and I suppose trying to integrate social networking tools. And one of the benefits I found is probably using maybe quite a simple system like an institutional ePortfolio, like whether it's your Mahara, whatever it might be, to start off on that and then transition then into a more personalised one, or more that kind of one that they could have for life. So there definitely is, I suppose, a lot of support needed up front around the kind of IT side of things, and there might even need to be some IT training done up front. The other challenge then is the whole kind of self-reflection skill. I do tend to get quite a lot of pushback around how do I write a blog, or how do I self-reflect. It's a skill in itself, and I think that can be taken for granted as well. Like sometimes we dive into ePortfolios and don't necessarily provide the support that's needed around self-reflection, and so they were probably the two main challenges. And I suppose I've learned from my mistakes in that point of view, and I spend an awful lot of time now before I start an ePortfolio development program making sure that people are A, comfortable with the technology, and B, comfortable with doing self-reflection. What I kind of encourage them to do is, I suppose, give them a sense of how to structure their reflections. So it might be something like, describe a particular scenario or situation that they encountered in work, describe their role in the scenario, describe what happened, describe the process, and describe the outcome, and then describe what they learned from it. So I generally try to break it down into those four areas. And once you give them a structure to work off, once they've developed a few blogs and done a few self-reflections, they get much more comfortable with it then. And ideally, you're always also encourage them maybe to move away maybe from text-based approach to maybe using video blogs and integrating as much digital multimedia content as possible. But you have to kind of start small with it, but giving them a sense of potentially where they could go.